World champion Dodger baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Carl's Jr. The real sourdough star is back at Carl's Jr. You can get it for just $5.99 for a limited time. And by your Southern California Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Dodgers coming off of that 7-2 road trip, 56-31. The best team in baseball with a 12-game lead over the San Diego Padres in the division. Padres were in first place after beating the Dodgers on May 18th. Since then, the Dodgers, the best record in baseball at 27-12. The Padres, meanwhile, have gone 14-24, the worst record in the majors in that time. And so here we go with this 4-game series, and Dave Roberts getting a good hand just a few moments ago. He picked up his 1,000th career win. Fastest guy ever to reach that total. Did so in Sacramento, but comes home here to Dodger Stadium, and a good hand from the crowd welcoming him and the team back. Well, you're familiar with these guys by now. The Dodgers just playing them down in San Diego last weekend. Here's the lineup for game 1 this weekend with Fernando Tatis Jr. to lead things off. The difference in the lineup is that they have Jake Cronenworth back. He missed the last couple of months with a concussion. This is Cronenworth's 3rd game back in the lineup. Manny Machado bats 3rd at third base. Gavin Sheets DHs. Ty France at first. He has been their best hitter the last couple weeks. He took Sasaki deep last Friday. Jackson Merrill's in center field. Xander Bogaerts the shortstop, with Freddie Fermin doing the catching. And the local guy, Samad Taylor, plays his first game at Dodger Stadium. Sasaki's last start was against these Padres last Friday. He gave up 3 runs in 4 innings. And Jesse, first start of June, he had those 7 shutout innings against the Angels. And it's like, my goodness, Sasaki has arrived. But the 3 starts since then, 13 runs in 14 innings.
Yeah, and the biggest part of his game is getting that chase. I mean, half of his strikeouts come on chase. And the San Diego Padres, last week when he faced them, did not chase pitches. The splitter was not a competitive pitch for them. So they ended up sitting on the slider and the fastball. It's a huge part of his repertoire, getting that splitter in the zone.
Tatis to lead things off. Sasaki comes home, and off we go. It is a fastball, and it's scorched to left center field. It scoots all the way to the wall. And on the first pitch of the ball game, Fernando Tatis Jr. has a double. He had his 23-game on-base streak come to an end yesterday, but he starts a new one today with a 116-mile-per-hour bullet. One of the hardest hit balls of the year.
And this is what Tatis does. I know we talk a lot about only 5 home runs from Tatis Jr. The power has not been there, but you know what has throughout the season? The hard hit. You nailed it. 116 off the bat, got to the wall real quick.
Just for a lot of the season, he was hitting those, but on the ground, he's gotten them up not as high as he may like. Home run total still just at 5. Here's a wild pitch from Sasaki, and a terrible first 2 pitches of the day.
This is a slider. See Cronenworth squaring around just to try to bunt it.
So Tatis, 2 pitches into the game, finds himself at third base. 1 ball and no strikes on Jake Cronenworth, who the Padres are happy to have back for a couple reasons. Gives him another good left-handed hitter. And also, this is how he went on the injured list. This is back in mid-April. Got hit on the chin and cleared concussion protocol at first, so he kept playing for a few weeks and then finally said, I'm just not seeing the ball. And it's obvious why that would be, but he went on the injured list at that point, missed a couple of months, and for those 2 months really couldn't do anything, he says, other than work on his eyes. And he tried to look at his eyes, he said, like he would rehab in another muscle. Just these small exercises, moving his eyes one way, then moving them the other, and slowly but surely started to feel stronger, his eyes and the way that he was seen. It just activated a few days ago. And a 1-2 from Sasaki, lays off that high fastball.
It was really hard not just to see the injury, and I think what they thought would be obviously nothing in the beginning, and then maybe a couple of weeks turned into a couple of months, and it was scary if they were even going to get him back before the All-Star break.
Grounds one back to Sasaki, who knocks it down and throws him out and keeps Tatis at third. Rookie says, I'm good. Dalton Rushing comes out to make sure. And Manny Machado climbs in. Always hears the same response when his name is introduced. It is a loud one here at Dodger Stadium, where he spent a few months at the end of the 2018 season. Not enough of a time to endear himself, especially everything that's transpired since, as he goes to the now rival Padres, and he spent more than half his career in San Diego. Dave Roberts pulls the infield in against him. Sasaki deals, and Machado grounds the first pitch foul. It has been a nightmarish season for him. He's hitting just a .190, although lately the power has returned. He had a double yesterday, had a home run in the series at Wrigley Field as well, and in his last 20 games, 15 extra base hits, more than anybody in the league. In the air to deep left center field. It sends Pages back at the wall. Goodbye. There's another one for Machado. And the Padres jump on the board just like that.
Machado was looking down on the foul ball that he hit. The first pitch of the at bat was a splitter down in the zone. He was looking for something thigh high to knee high. And he ends up getting fastball right in that zone for him. You mentioned the power. 17th home run on the season, and it's crazy. He has the second worst batting average, that 190 batting average, but the slug has definitely been there, especially as of late.
And with a guy like that has been as good for as long as he has, you still fear him when he steps into the box, even without the track record of the recent few weeks where he's found that power stroke again. Even before he found that, you still feared that he would at any moment. Well, he has. And the Padres will need plenty more of that from him moving forward to get this offense started. 2-0 San Diego. Gavin Sheets taking a splitter away. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that splitter has been the problem lately for Sasaki. I think the splitter, the new addition of it, was the biggest reason that he hit his stride in May. Pop fly. Left side of the diamond. Rushing and Muncy. Muncy the call and the catch. Well, the best thing about that new splitter, Jess, is that he was able to throw it for a strike. It was in the zone more than 50% of the time, or close to 50% of the time in May. But his last 3 starts down below 30%, which is where that old forkball was that he's ditched at this point because he couldn't throw it in the zone.
Yeah, the forkball's gone away. The splitter has come back. And you're right, 29.4% with that splitter in the zone. Pretty much cut in half what he was doing before that.
2 outs. Here's Ty France in the dirt, ball 1.
Look, the splitter is going to be a chase pitch. I mean, that's him pitching that out of the zone. The problem is it's been a non-competitive pitch, and so he hasn't been able to throw it for a strike to then get the chase close to the strike zone.
He threw 21 of them against the Padres. Only 2 of them were in the strike zone. And so when you're a hitter sitting there seeing splitter on a night like that, you immediately just take.
Yeah, and that's why the slider was the pitch that ended up getting hit, which had been a good pitch in complement of the splitter. But for this Padres team, they just eliminated that pitch. Sat fastball or breaking ball.
2-0 to France. Sharp ground ball, just foul. And it was France home run that ultimately did Sasaki in. It was the walks that set it all up. He walked a career high 5 of them. But then his 3-run home run from France chased him from the game before he got it out in the 5th.
That was on the slider. You're right, following 2 walks. Ty France, the hottest bat in this lineup.
6 out of 11 in the 3 games at Wrigley Field. .394 over his last 11 games. And really good defense at first base as well. He hits one hard down the line, hooking towards the corner, and foul. Man, oh man, there have been some loud noises in this first inning.
5 balls already over 100 miles an hour. Some foul. He gets the same pitch he hit out, Joe. That slider just a little bit ahead of it.
Splitter dips inside and the count goes full. Well, Dave Roberts told me he's going to have an aggressive hook in this game. You had Charlie Barnes do his part yesterday, going 7 innings to save the bullpen. You've got Ohtani well rested, ready to go tomorrow, and so Dave Roberts is going to be aggressive going to that bullpen. Off the end of the bat, Freddie Freeman will give it a look, but it's a souvenir. Dodgers 4-2 against the Padres. Finished with its games at Petco Park this year, winning 2 of 3 in both those series. And now here to Dodger Stadium, where they've won 30 of the last 40 against the Padres. Sasaki with another 3-2. France with another foul. Sasaki's 8th pitch. Grounded along third. There'll be a 9th. To the native of West Covina. Went to South Hills High School, former Husky. And then San Diego State. That's the first time that he was linked to the Padres because his coach was Tony Gwynn. And then the Padres drafted him out of San Diego State. Fouls this one into the glove, and ultimately it's a strikeout that ends this first inning. But a 2-run home run for Manny Machado starts the scoring. For the 3rd time already this season, May 20th, Shohei Ohtani started that game with a home run. They've beaten him twice, scored 7 runs in 3 1/3 against him last Saturday. Lineup for the Dodgers, presented by your SoCal Help for Honda dealers, has, of course, Ohtani at the top of it, then Pages and Freddie Freeman. Mookie Betts back in there, as Kirsten let us know. Max Muncy's at 3rd. Kyle Tucker in right field, coming off a 4-walk game yesterday. Hernandez rushing, and Tommy Edman. Vasquez threw his wide. He comes home, and Ohtani takes a strike over the inside corner. So Randy Vasquez got off to a great start this year. He was 5-1 with a 2.7 ERA. He was one of the big stories for the Padres rotation early on. Ohtani smacks a base hit into right to lead things off. Last 7 starts, though, starting with that game where Ohtani took him deep to start it. Vasquez 1-5 with a +7 ERA.
It's been a different story for him, and Shohei Ohtani jumps all over this fastball, rides on the inside part of the plate, and just gets that barrel into position. Another smoked ball for Shohei. Leadoff single.
He's on. Pages comes up. 2 home runs in his career against Vasquez. It's been a very streaky year for Pages, but it feels like he's stabilized things lately. Really on that road trip. Had a double yesterday to finish it off and hit .290 on the trip.
Since June 23rd, the OPS up, batting .333.
Maybe not the best hitter in baseball that he was over the first month, but there have been some stretches too this year and over the first 3 years of his career where it's like, man, that looks bad. It's settled into the middle there, which is where you kind of want to live.
Well, especially because you know you're going to get the defense that he provides. Just seeing him in this 2-hole, a spot that I feel like no one really wants to be in. It's kind of been that black hole behind Shohei Ohtani. Pages has handled it well the last couple weeks.
Pinpoint right there from Vasquez. Yeah, what's with that? You think guys like
Crazy.
Dave Roberts had the theories like maybe you get in there and it's you feeling good about yourself and then you look down and can't help but feel not very good when you watch the guy that hits ahead of you.
I mean, it is crazy because at first it's like it's random, right? But it's the worst or one of the worst in all of baseball, in the best lineup in baseball, and it's not one guy. I mean, you put Mookie Betts there, you put Freddie there. I mean, you put dudes there that can rake, and they don't when they're in the 2-hole. And there's enough numbers now where it's like, yeah, I'd be like, put me anywhere else.
Vasquez ahead 1-2. Here he comes. Pages reaches out, pokes it in the air to right field for Tatis. And there's the first out. That brings up Freddie Freeman working on a win presented by the Home Depot. Freeman's hitting .379 over a 16-game on-base streak, and that's gotten most of the shine. But this hot streak is a lot longer than that. You go back to May 19th, he's hitting .343, and the only guy with a higher OPS than Freeman is Pete Crow Armstrong,
who's also been on a tear, but it's over 1,000 OPS, and that's a good length of time. I mean, May 19th, we're in July now. That's what Freddie does. So consistent. I mean, you look at just his numbers, where he was this time a year ago.
A challenge coming right here from Freddie Freeman, and it looks like he'll win it. First challenge of the night is powered by T-Mobile. Fermin got Freeman a few times last weekend, and he's going to get him on the first pitch right here. But yeah, with Freddie, for a lot of the year, he felt like he was keeping his head above water, still hitting there 270 to 280. Didn't have a ton of power. That started to come, but it is the full picture now for more than a month. She had to get out of that 2 spot.
I'm telling you, it's crazy. But the thing with Freddie is he will. I mean, he'll turn 37 this year, and what he's been able to do throughout his career as far as just consistency. You talked about it with Padres, right? And the fact that you see these hot streaks and then you're like, man, this hitter can't really swing the bat. I mean, Freddie rarely, he's so hard on himself. Like when he's hitting 270, he's beating himself up when most hitters would love to do what Freddie can do on any given day.
Sharp ground ball, base hit to right. Freeman stays hot and promptly extends his on-base streak to 17 games. Dodgers in business here in the first, trying to answer right back.
This is a ball. This is below the zone. This is a sweeper that continues to dive down. This is what Vasquez wants from this pitch. But watch how Freddie just waits it out, gets enough. 100 miles an hour off the bat. Base it into right field. Just doing what he does.
Well, 3 weeks ago, Mookie Betts was hitting 180 for the year, 373 since. First one from Vasquez, misses away.
Look at the numbers since June 13th in the ranks. The OPS, 5 home runs, the 373 batting average, because it's been it all. You're seeing the doubles, the slug, but also just the base hits, the runners in scoring position, especially as of late. That's why him missing from the lineup yesterday, I'm glad the wrist soreness was something very quick to see him back in this lineup, especially when he's as hot as he's been.
Yeah, so he misses just 1 game, but with the injury issues he's had in recent years, as soon as you hear about one, you hold your breath until you see him back in there. Yeah, just dream about what a fully healthy Mookie Betts can look like. That ball scorched, ricochets off Vasquez, and some bad luck for Betts as it goes right to Ty France. Runners advance 90 feet.
That's crazy. I mean, this ball's absolutely smoked. So much so that it hits off Vasquez all the way over to Ty France in the air. It ends up being an easier out than it should have been.
Well, I said bad luck, but it might have been a double play if that gets through. It looks like Jake Cronenworth is positioned well. And right now the bad luck may be of Randy Vasquez. The training staff is out to take a look. And he is in some serious pain. 99-mile-per-hour line drive off Vasquez. And this is a Padres team. Look, the biggest strength, no question, is the bullpen, but that bullpen is getting used more than any pen at this point. And you worry about their ability to sustain it if they keep getting taxed. So the Padres are saying, man, start of a 4-game series here at Dodger Stadium, you better be okay. 10 times the last 14 games, the starting pitcher has failed to make it through 5 innings. And there's a domino effect to that, not just in the short term, but in the long term. Bullpen on alert.
Ultimately, probably just a massive bruise off of the shin. I mean, think about it's the shin bone. Oh, it gets all the way to Ty France. 99 miles an hour.
Gives the thumbs up, says that he's good. And he'll try to keep going here with 2 on and 2 out in the first inning. Now, they used an opener for Vasquez when the Dodgers faced him last weekend, and the reason is he's got a 7.20 first inning ERA. He's getting another chance in the first inning here. The Dodgers putting together a threat. And now feeling some pain is Vasquez. Let's get a quick word from Carl's Jr.
Yeah! Hit the road, Jack. It's the return of the real sourdough star at Carl's Jr.
Rare former pitcher manager there in Craig Stammen, who certainly can relate at a different level than most managers can as he decides whether or not to let Vasquez continue. Vasquez says that he's good, stays in. And he gets ready to face Max Muncy. Home run and a double in Sacramento for Muncy. One of the top 10 hitters in the National League this year, and the top defensive third baseman in the league. Ohtani at third, Freeman at second. First one from Vasquez is down and in for a ball. Maybe not as hot as some of the other hitters, hasn't gone on a crazy tear like the other guys, but he's probably been the most steady hitter the Dodgers have had this year, and he has turned this part of his game on its head, hitting with runners in scoring position lately. Rip and a miss, 1-1.
Look at the slider. It's a lot more vertical depth on it than horizontal.
In the air to left field, Samad Taylor is over near the line. He's got it, and the Dodgers strand him at second and third. 7 strikeouts in this game. Everybody gets a free Jumbo Jack tomorrow with the purchase of a large drink at LA area Jack in the Box restaurants. 2-run home run from Manny Machado as the Padres on the board first, and Sasaki goes to work against the bottom third of the Padres lineup. Xander Bogaerts to lead things off, or beg your pardon, Jackson Merrill to lead things off.
Jackson Merrill, another one of those batters for the Padres, not having the season expected. Think about his rookie year and how it's been since then, and especially this one after the start. You circle the slug because as a team, the Padres are struggling, but it's probably been the biggest thing with Merrill as well.
Hits this ball hard to left center field. Pages and Hernandez both back, and it is gone. Opposite field home run, and there's some of that slug they have sorely missed from Merrill and really everybody collectively, but a pair of home runs in as many innings, and it's 3-0.
They're just attacking Roki Sasaki. 22 pitches, 15 swings. Clearly have a game plan. This is on a slider that kind of backdoors, comes right back over the plate, opposite field.
9th of the season for Jackson Merrill. And 3-0 as Xander Bogaerts comes up here. Swings and misses over the best splitter that Sasaki's thrown so far.
I mean, they're clearly aggressive on Sasaki.
We had those career-high 5 walks against the Padres last weekend, and after the game he said that it felt off mechanically. He said, quote, "It felt different than it had ever felt." And he talked about his lower half just feeling out of sync. No matter what the mechanical issue was, no matter what he was feeling, the fact that he's again talking about mechanics, I think, is the frustrating part for a lot of people around the Dodgers. Forget what it is. Go fix it. Fine. But I think that the excitement was around the fact that he wasn't talking about mechanics anymore. He was just going out and competing. And so to have this few start stretch where he's not been good again, and then to hear him talk about the mechanics again, I think was as much of a red flag as anything. Like, forget the line. The quotes were like, Bogaerts hooks one down the left field line. That's extra bases. A double for Bogaerts. And 4 extra base hits over the first 7 hitters of this game.
Got behind the count, had to bring that fastball right over the middle part of the plate. I mean, that's center cut. And like we saw with Fernando Tatis Jr., I mean, 107 miles an hour, 1 hops over the wall. See the frustration for Sasaki continue.
So now Fermin, he squares and takes the ball.
To your point too, Dave Roberts before the game, I mean, he addressed the mechanics that Roki had talked about and said, look, yes, there's always going to be mechanical stuff that every player can work on, but he's like, I want him to just go out there and compete regardless of how the mechanics are.
It's foul, 1-1.
We all know, I mean, whether you're a hitter, a pitcher, anything that you're doing in game mechanically, you got no shot. You definitely in your bullpens between games, yes, work on that stuff. But once you get in game, and that's what Dave Roberts said, you have to figure out how to compete with what your body is doing that day.
Hard to, I would think, do this at this level if you're not completely free mentally.
Absolutely. I mean, I think about it as a hitter. If I'm thinking about what my lower half's doing or what my hands are doing in an at bat, no way. See ball, hit ball, you have to react. And trust, belief, all of those things.
Way easier said than done.
Way easier said than done. Especially with the pressure. Roki Sasaki know a ton about what he put on himself last year. How good of a start he got to this year.
There's a forkball right there. That's the first time that he's thrown that in 5 starts. There's a chance that he just slipped there as he threw, and the splitter got charted as a forkball. Little tapper. Sasaki's got it. Yeah, and he does what he was up there intending to do at first. Advance Bogarts to third with a swinging variety of a bunt.
Left fielder number 0, Samad Taylor.
Up comes Samad Taylor, who is from Corona. Grew up an Angels fan, but occasionally coming to games here at Dodger Stadium. Made his debut for the Padres in early June and has given him a real jolt, hitting .333 in his first month with the team. Infield is in. Grounds one to the drawn-in shortstop bats, and that'll keep the man put at third. Defense does as intended. 2 gone here in the second.
Number 23, Fernando Tatis Jr.
Back to the top in Tatis. We said one of the hardest hit balls of the year. How about the hardest hit ball for a guy who hits it really hard in 2 years? 116 on the first pitch of the game, and a sign of what was to come over these first couple innings for the Padres. See if he's ready to swing again. He takes downstairs. Sign of what was to come both in the loud contact and an aggressive approach. It's a Padres offense dead last in the majors in runs scored. And against the Dodgers, they've averaged under 3 per game. They're trying to turn the page quickly. Coming off a game at Wrigley Field yesterday where they suffered their worst loss in 58 years of Padres baseball. They got beat 23-3 yesterday. And yeah, the wind was blowing out and it kind of turned into arena baseball. Got a challenge coming here by rushing. But still, you lose by 20 runs, have to hop on a plane, fly back across the country. You can't wait to get out there and play and try and change that story.
Here's the ball. LA has 1 retaining.
Somewhere Eric Karros just shed a tear. A big tear. Dodgers burn their first challenge here. 3-0 on Tatis. And now 4-pitch walk. Now comes Mark Pryor. Sasaki lasted just 4+ innings in San Diego last Friday. Already 38 pitches through 1 2/3 here.
He hasn't had a pitch he can really lean on. I mean, look at even just the fastball. He's thrown it down the middle, but then that last one way out of the zone. Hasn't been able to find a pitch that he can lean on to be consistent with.
Runners at the corners, 2 outs, and Jake Cronenworth. Hit it hard his first time, but right back to Sasaki. Cronenworth was 0 for 4 in his first game back from the concussion, but then 3 for 4 in his second game and already up into the 2 spot. He takes strike 1. First time that he's hit second in 2 years. That's a reflection of a couple things. I think the confidence in Jake Cronenworth, but also a reflection of where this offense has been. He's the 9th different guy to hit second for him. Bogarts at third, Tatis at first. Sasaki to the plate with an 0-1, and it's grounded foul, strike 2.
That's where he wants his splitter to be able to get the bottom of the zone, and that's when he'll get more chase below the zone with it, when he can get that splitter early in the count, get that chase.
First and third, 2 out. Another 0-2. Tatis runs and no thought of a throw from Rushing. With Bogarts looming down there at third. Tatis with his 20th this year. So 20 stolen bases. He's also been caught more than anybody. 9 caught stealing. No threat of that there. Sasaki to Cronenworth with a 1-2 pitch. In the air to deep right field. Tucker goes back. He'll turn and watch it fly. The third bomb over the first 2 innings for the Padres, allowed by Sasaki.
A 2-strike count too. I think that's what hurts. The splitter threw it too much in the zone. When you're ahead in the count, we talked about it earlier, he threw the splitter for a strike to be able to then get the chase. He wants this pitch to be down below the zone and get that chase, and I bet Cronenworth was. He'd already chased that pitch earlier.
And now the first of the home run hitters in Machado. And you're not surprised when Machado goes deep, but the other 2 home runs, Jackson Merrill, you're just talking about how the slugging has been absent. And for Jake Cronenworth, that's only his 2nd this year. But a quarter of the hits that Sasaki's given up have been homers. Quite a response for San Diego after the worst game in franchise history by your basic measures. Out of the gates just like that, 6-0.
Game 1 of these series has been the Padres have played their best baseball, winning both games of the series earlier on, losing the last 2.
All right, so if you can zoom out and look at the weekend, the Dodgers got them right where they want them.
Exactly. This is, they come out with a bang and then kind of disappear.
Two balls and 2 strikes on Machado. His first inning home run was his 17th to lead the team. It was a 16th extra base hit his last 21 games to lead the National League.
Fastball down in the zone. Get the Padres on the board. The first of 3 home runs in this game.
Tried to lay off and does. Hold the music, Candy. He checked his swing. So a 2-out walk.
Ooh, I don't think he did. Yeah, that's
Number 30, Gavin Sheets.
It's a gift for Machado.
Second walk of the inning to go along with the 3 extra base hits, and Gavin Sheets the 8th man to come up. 13 batters to the plate the first 2 innings against Sasaki. Back towards that breaking pitch for a strike. Sheets popped out his first time. He had one of the many home runs at Wrigley Field this week. The ball was just flying out of there. And has hit 33 in his 2 years with the Padres, coming over as really a no-name at that point, signing a minor league contract, making the team with a big spring training last year, and then went from being a bench player to a critical piece. Like he had big hit after big hit, and that's continued this year. He's the first guy in Major League history to have 3 go-ahead 3-run home runs in the 9th inning or later, and he had that box checked like a month plus into the year. 14 total this year. The second-generation big leaguer. His dad Larry played in the major leagues in the late 80s and the early 90s, mostly with the Baltimore Orioles. Said though Dad never pushed him. His hands off. Of course, he saw Dad's example, knew about Dad's career, but Larry said, whatever you want to do. If it's baseball, I'm there. If it's soccer, I'm there. If it's science, I'm there too. But he chose to follow in Dad's footsteps. And he said he thinks that's probably why, because that's the way Larry handled it. Didn't push him. Down the line, it's a fair ball and another extra base hit. Tucker twirls and fires that ball in to make sure that Machado can't score. Wow. 4 extra base hits in the inning and 6 total.
The hardest thing is with 2 strikes and chase. I mean, Sheets had shown he was going to chase pitches, and this one, another splitter left over the heart of the plate. An adjustment that he tried to make. You talked about only 2 of his 21 pitches of the splitter that he threw in his last start were not strikes. Now it's been the opposite, catching too much of the plate.
So they've batted around in this inning. Ty France comes in as their hottest hitter, happens to be the only guy that has struck out in this game. And you got to figure, Jess, the Padres came into this saying, okay, he was not in the zone at all. You know he's going to be focused on throwing strikes. Let's be ready for it.
Yes, and that's exactly it. I mean, I thought they'd come in, okay, let's force him to come back into the zone. Try to get those walks like we did last time, but understanding, look, the game plan is going to be he's going to try to throw these pitches more over the zone, and we'll be ready for it. And they have been swinging. I mean, even pitches out of the zone. You mentioned Ty France striking out. He swung at a fastball up above the zone.
Well, this has gone from being a game where Dave Roberts, like I said, told me that he was going to be aggressive with the bullpen to a hole like this. Sasaki's going to have to wear it a little bit. And of course, you're going to protect the arm if it gets to a point in an inning where he's throwing too many pitches. But aggressive is in a tight game where you feel like you still have a hold on it. Here it's up to Sasaki to dig deep and take down whatever he can.
And try to continue to figure it out. I mean, this is what Dave Roberts wants to see from his young pitcher. Yes, the frustration. Yes, the inability to be able to command the pitches the way he wants to, but how's he going to respond?
A pop fly to the shallow left field. Mookie Betts is out there. And that'll put an end to this 4-run second inning, 6-0. The Dodgers with a tall climb ahead of them.
Fans can bid right now on incredible memorabilia and exclusive Dodgers experiences, all while supporting programs that help young kids thrive both on and off the field. Scan the code or visit Dodgers.com/auction.
All right, so the Dodgers will try to take one bite at a time out of this 6-0 deficit. Last of the second inning, long way to go. Kyle Tucker leads off and takes ball one from Randy Vasquez. He's coming off a one-of-a-kind performance in his major league career, walking 4 times yesterday against the A's. On base 12 times his last 5 games. Hits it hard, a leadoff single into right. And he's loving that. He wants to see more of that. Of course, enjoying getting on base, but wanting to hear more loud contact.
And this is that loud contact. 104 miles an hour off the bat. The fastball, he gets middle and just unleashes. That's the Kyle Tucker swing that you're used to seeing. Full power that he's got.
It's a good sign for Tucker, and good to have Teoscar Hernandez back, and the crowd lets him feel that with him making his return from the injured list while the team was away. Talking to Dave Roberts about Teoscar, first couple games back, the numbers wouldn't necessarily scream at you, but Doc said he really likes where he's at, both the swing, and he said, I see it in his eyes still. See that motivation that everybody talked about during spring training, him being upset with the way last year went. Got off to a bit of a rough start, but he had caught fire before he got hurt. And Doc said he's pleased to see that edge and that fire that we saw from him there right back with him as he comes off of the IL.
Yeah, when Teo's taking, like when he, even the first couple pitches in this at bat, I mean, the first one, yeah, strike, but at the bottom of the zone, the last one just off the plate. He's not chasing. Gets a good idea of what he wants to hit and then executes. That's when you know that he's going to be hot.
He hit 380 the last 2 weeks before he got hurt. And so did his best to maintain that swing, but you miss that much time. You can do everything you want. Here's a high fly ball to center field, but not deep. Merrill's there. You got to get back into game action, and AAA's part of that. He seemed like he was homering every day down there. But hitters will tell you, to really feel like you're back, it's going to take time getting major league at-bats.
Absolutely. And he just missed. Clearly hunting up. 2 fastballs up in the zone.
One gone. Here's Rushing, who took Vasquez deep last week. One of his 9 this year, one of the rare ones lately.
Took a breaking ball down in the zone. Knew it as soon as he hit it. Big part of the huge offensive win for the Dodgers.
It really has felt like just the last few weeks, the offense finally clicking on all cylinders, because for the whole season, it's been #1 in just about every category, but it really hasn't felt like that. I think for the first time, you've got the big 3 at the top all clicking together. Ohtani and Freeman have been going for a couple months at this point. Mookie Betts getting hot lately. Tommy Edman's addition to the lineup's been big. But then the production from, like, Dalton Rushing hitting a home run last weekend. He went back-to-back with Kyle Tucker in that game.
That kind of ignited him for the rest of that series and going into Sacramento as well. It was something I think he needed.
Launches this ball right center field. That's headed for the wall. And gone. Headed for the seats. Second time in as many games against Vasquez. Rushing goes deep, and the Dodgers are on the board.
Another breaking ball. It's the same pitch he hit out last time. Look at the location of this. In the middle part of the plate, heading down, but so does his barrel. Just follows this thing, 104.5 miles an hour, barely clearing for a lucky fan out there in right center.
Strike on Tommy Edman.
How exciting is it, Joe, to your point, when you've got Dalton in the 8-hole hitting the way that he's hitting, and then Tommy Edman in the 9-hole hitting, what, 360 to get it back up to the top in Shohei.
Edman to second, and Cronenworth. Let's go down to Kirsten.
Thanks, Joe. Well, actually, the last time the Dodgers faced the Padres on that game on Saturday, Dave Roberts was watching Dalton Rushing at the plate, and during one of those plate appearances, he noticed something. So immediately after, he actually went up to Dalton, brought the iPad over to him, and even Dalton was kind of taken by surprise because he's never seen Dave Roberts come to him with the iPad to break down something. And Dave shared with me that it was something he just saw in his stance, really with his head and how he was seeing the ball, made a small adjustment that then led to the home run that followed up in that game. So he's fed that. Since that small adjustment, he has been feeling a lot more comfortable at the plate, and so it's led to a good swing for him. And he was actually laughing, and he said, I didn't realize Dave Roberts was a hitting coach, but it was very beneficial of a little piece of advice, guys.
Ohtani here takes a ball 1-1. Usually Dave Roberts' hitting advice is bunting advice.
Base running advice.
That or mindset.
I love that he grabbed the iPad, though, and was like, hey, let's break this thing down. But it's also why the iPad is so cool, because then you can visually see exactly what a coach manager is talking about. And just, I think, the confidence that Dave has in him, ultimately, like, hey, I see you.
On a 2-1 pitch, Ohtani looks at ball 3. Home runs have been the story in Padres games the last few days. They gave up 13 of them the last 2 games in Chicago, including 8 of them yesterday. They've been hitting their own too, though. Last 3 games, 22 home runs combined in Padres games. The last 2 with the Cubs, and then this one today. Already 4 of them. And an old pitcher covers his eyes. Ohtani started this game by ripping a single to right field. He's homered against Vasquez before. And he gets ready for this payoff pitch. Outside for ball 4, and he's reached both times.
Number 44.
And the inning kept alive for Pages. There's a shot to left field off the end of the barrel a bit, though, and it's going to hang in the yard for Taylor. Pages just misses. Rushing didn't, though, and the Dodgers are on the board on his 10th of the year, 6-2 after 2, and the ball flying tonight. World champion Dodger baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Visit Kia.com to discover movement that inspires. 3 home runs for the Padres already, and one of the home run hitters is right here. It's Jackson Merrill to lead off the 3rd. When he's right, he's hitting for power, and he's using the whole field, and he did both on this leadoff shot last inning.
I think the impressive part is Jackson Merrill taking a slider that was on the outside part of the plate, taking an opposite field. Jackson Merrill is going right. It's usually that opposite field gap power.
Still just 23 years of age, debuted when he was 20. The Padres got to be wondering, what is the real version of him? Is it what they saw as a rookie, where only Paul Skeens kept him from winning Rookie of the Year? They're hoping that it's not what they've seen so far this year, where the average is down around 200. Last year, the numbers fell off, but it was easy to chalk it up to the injuries that he went through, and he finished strong, so I think there was full confidence coming into this year. He's been mostly healthy this year, though.
I mean, outside of tonight, I feel like it's been a dark cloud over the Padres offense altogether. I mean, huge drop off for Merrill, but if you throw Machado's numbers up there, Xander Bogaerts, I mean, players that you expected coming into this year to have better seasons than they're having, and not just a little better, but it's been dramatically bad. Tatis there for a while until the last few weeks as well. So the biggest stars in this lineup, and it can be contagious, and it just kind of feels that way for San Diego. It's not that they're just bad, they're the worst in baseball, in almost every offensive category. Of course, the bullpen has been the biggest strength when you got a guy named Mason Miller that is on another planet with what he's been able to do. Your bullpen numbers, how good they've been. That's really what's gotten them most of their wins.
And they're starting to feel pretty good about themselves going into the series with the Dodgers last week. Won that first game. That was their 4th consecutive win on Friday. But a 5-game losing streak since. Just a game above 500. Haven't been down at 500 since April 6th. They find themselves in a crowded wild card picture. They're one of 5 teams within 2.5 games of the last wild card spot. Still with a long way to go, but just to give you the lay of the land. Back-to-back trips to the postseason. The Padres, in 6 decades of Padres baseball, have never made it to the postseason 3 straight years. Swing and a miss. Got him on that high fastball.
This is where we haven't seen Roki Sasaki be able to do. Put a hitter away once he gets to that 2-strike mark. Can you see that late run on the 4-seam fastball to get the chase, the swing and miss from Merrill?
But Jess, you talk about it kind of feeling like a dark cloud hanging over the Padres and each of the hitters individually for one reason or another. Bogaerts is a guy who got off to a good start. He too has struggled the last couple months. But what I'm getting to here is no matter who you talk to, he remains like this bright shining light of a personality. Even when he's going through it, this is the guy that is still thumbs up, as good a mood as he can be in, and a guy you want to have around.
He's a leader for sure. And even going back to the days when Mookie Betts were teammates in Boston. Always talked about the two of them kind of being that leader, that joyous every day come to the ballpark and just love playing the game. I think with Xander Bogaerts is signing that massive deal and just the expectation he puts on himself, and anyone who knows him, he puts that expectation even when he's going right. When he's had his career best seasons, he's still grinding it out, hard on himself, watching film, always wanting to work on how he can better himself as a hitter.
Waits on a 2-1 pitch from Sasaki and lays off, ball 3. That positive personality he talks about coming from Aruba, and you see a lot of guys that come from those island nations that have kind of that happy-go-lucky personality that you love having around. He's one of 6 players to make it to the big leagues from Aruba. First one not with the Baltimore Orioles. Orioles had a scout named Chu Halibi who had the market cornered down there in Aruba. If there was a good player, he was going to be an Oriole. So Bogaerts the first one that got away, and he is by far the most accomplished of the 6. Foul tipped into the glove, and back-to-back strikeouts for Sasaki.
Look at the run on this 4-seam fastball again. So same pitch, but now into the right-handed bat of Xander Bogaerts. But it's that late break movement. Beautiful look taking the batter's box of Bogaerts trying to check his swing. Foul tip, strike 3.
3 of them for Sasaki, 4 away from Jumbo Jacks, looking for his first clean inning of the ball game, looking for his first scoreless inning of the ball game. Freddie Fermin cracks it foul. He's the first Dodger starter to give up 6 runs over the first 2 innings in 2 years. Have to go back to September of 2024 when Bobby Miller suffered that fate. Ahead quickly, 0-2.
Taking advantage of the aggressiveness of this Padres team. Finally, Sasaki able to get more of that movement on his pitches, but really leaning more heavily on the fastball.
Sasaki trying to strike out the side. Instead, a fly ball hooked towards the left field corner. And it'll bounce into the seats. A double for the light hitting catcher Fermin, and the 7th extra base hit of this game for the Padres.
half of those been with 2 strikes. I think that's the hardest part right now for Sasaki. He's doing a great job of getting ahead of these hitters the last 2 innings, but then doesn't have that put away pitch here. Slider left over the middle part of the plate instead of trying to get the chase.
So 2 out, Samad Taylor. Grounded out his first time. He takes a strike at the knees. Taylor's been the 2-hitter the last few weeks. Just a couple weeks into his time in the majors with the Padres. Down hitting 9th today. He was 0 for 10 against the Dodgers last weekend, but got back to his hot hitting at Wrigley Field this week. Former 10th round draft pick of the Cleveland Indians about a decade ago. 7 years in the minors before getting his first major league chance with a new organization. Went to the Royals and made his debut there. Played 30 games for Kansas City. The next year's played 7 games for Seattle. And then signed a minor league contract with the Padres before spring training. Tore it up down there. Injuries they were dealing with. The dark clouds hanging over him that you referenced. He came up and he's been a bright light for him and a jolt of energy that has helped pull them out of those doldrums. Not just the smile, but he's produced.
Speed on the bases, gets hits to all fields. Produced from the moment he came up.
He says he's been like that his whole life. He said if you ask his mom, she'd say, "You just talk too much." But he said, "No, Mom, I don't stop talking because I'm happy. I'm joyful. I love what I'm doing." He said, "How can you not? I get to come to the ballpark and play a kid's game every day." "Yeah, but you talk too much, Samad," she says. Enjoying his time lately watching the World Cup. Soccer was his first love. He had a couple neighbors in Corona who were big soccer players, older kids in the neighborhood. He tried to be just like them and didn't get into baseball until a little bit later on.
Awesome win for the U.S. last night. That was so fun to watch all these games.
I'm so hooked.
That's all I was doing pre-game. Portugal and Croatia. That was a heck of a game.
Seems like every game goes
Yes.
right down to the finish. Another 2-2. Taylor fouls it again, and it hit rushing hard.
I think it's been cool to see a lot of the soccer players go out to the baseball games.
I'm kind of nerding out because Ian Dark is coming to see us tonight. Broadcasting nerd and new soccer nerd. Hope rushing's okay here. Looks like he's waving away any help. Sasaki will try again. Finish off the bottom of the lineup here. Taylor not making that easy.
Shortened up his swing and he's just fighting off pitches. Again, this is where Sasaki, what he's working through, what he's trying to compete through, as Dave Roberts talked about, is right now getting a pitch with 2 strikes that he can put Taylor away with.
88th pitch coming here in the 3rd inning. Up the middle. Edmonds there. And even with Taylor's speed, that's the inning.
Bat, and the first 40,000 fans will take home this exclusive Freddie Freeman 18th inning walk-off bobblehead presented by 76 on July 6th. Visit Dodgers.com/promotions for more information.
He's already extended his on-base streak to 17 games with a single in the 1st inning. Close to 400 average in that time. We're talking about his consistencies. 36, will turn 37 at the end of the year. 299 career average. 297 average this year as a 36-year-old.
Literally this time a year ago, 295. I mean, literally pinpoint exactly the same type of hitter.
So maybe the slug has fallen off, right? 511 for his career. 505 this year. Down the left field line. Foul. Father Time's coming for all of us eventually. He's got some kind of armor against it that most hitters wish they had.
And first baseman. I mean, the thing he still doesn't get enough credit for is how he plays both sides of the ball. The defense still sprinkling Gold Glove over there at first base. The way that Freddie plays it. So many times bailing out his infielders.
I'm talking to Dave Roberts about Freddie today. He said he just does not ever give an at-bat away. And he said even the best hitters, occasionally you'll see them on a hot day at the end of a long day in a blowout, just kind of throwing away. He said it never happens with him. And yeah, that's admirable, right? But it's not nothing when it comes to the numbers. If you stack up an entire season of not giving at-bats away, an entire career of not giving at-bats away, that's going to show up in your final numbers.
What an example for every young kid that looks up to Freddie, sees him hustling out every fly ball, every ground ball. Plays this game at 100% every day.
One away in this third. Here's Mookie Betts. Grounded out off Vasquez's first time. Hit it 100 miles per hour. Ricocheted so hard off Vasquez's leg that the first baseman France caught it.
So hard about already losing one of your challenges is then you'll see it affect the rest of this game. Almost the same location as the strike that was called prior to that. That was not a strike. Mookie thought about it, but you don't want to take away that last challenge.
It's like getting a speeding ticket. You get a speeding ticket, you hope it comes at the end of the road trip, because you can't get 2 speeding tickets on one trip.
Are you speaking from experience?
I did not get one on my drive to San Diego last week. No. Thankfully, it came at the end of the trip.
Okay. Following your own words.
Base hit to left for Betts. Dodgers continue to scratch and claw, trying to get back into this ball game.
Number 13.
Gets a cutter right down the middle of the plate. Beautiful job. 5-6 hole base hit. 104 miles an hour off the bat.
Well, Sasaki almost impossibly 89 pitches through 3 innings, and so Will Klein begins to loosen. Here's Muncy. Muncy hooks a ball to right center field. That's down and bouncing its way towards the wall. Extra bases for Muncy. Betts is headed home. Here's the relay from Cronenworth. Forget about it. RBI double Max Muncy. 6-3 ball game. 3 in a row for LA.
This is where Muncy's been so good. The breaking ball sits on this pitch, gets it into the gap. And Jackson Merrill, it's this slight bobble out in the outfield that allows Mookie Betts to come all the way around from first base, easily score. And Dodgers picking away at this lead.
So a visit from Ruben Niebla, and a guy who's given up 7 runs in back-to-back games, and Randy Vasquez has given up 3 through 2 1/3 here. Muncy's at second, and Kyle Tucker's coming up.
I mean, we're only in the 3rd inning, but 9 combined runs, the home runs, base runners, hits. Feels like a 9-inning game as far as offensive production on both sides. And you got to love the response the Dodgers have had. That 6th spot, now picking away at that lead.
So Tucker, singled and scored, takes just outside ball 1. He's been one of the most patient guys in the league, even as we talk about him being more aggressive. But since coming back from missing those couple of games in Minneapolis with a sore back, his chase rate has been cut even in half from being a better than league average rate. Down the left field line, fading to the corner, foul.
Joe, that first pitch that he took, borderline strike, that's a pitch he was swinging at almost every single time. I mean, his first pitch swing rate, chase rate, was constant. Now he ends up taking that first pitch, gets one a little bit more over middle, barely getting it foul. Would have been a double, but that's the biggest difference. Is he was aggressive from the get-go. You knew if you gave him a strike, even a ball anywhere near the strike zone, Kyle Tucker was swinging.
Now, that's just not who he's been in his best years. Cracks one into right center field. He's 2 for 2. Muncy's headed home, and it's 6-4. They just keep on coming. Kyle Tucker with an RBI single.
Randy Vasquez has just been a pitcher that this team has teed up on, and this is off the hands. I mean, this is a fastball on the inside part of the plate, but Kyle Tucker just muscles it out into the outfield. Another run comes around. Muncy comes in, and this is a 6-4 ball game.
Hernandez chops one to short. Should be 2. 6-4-3. And it is. But the Dodgers with 2 in the second and 2 in the third. And it's 6-4. 10 runs already. World Champion Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Good times. Back here at Dodger Stadium, 6-4. The Padres in front to the 4th inning. And the call to the bullpen is brought to you by Jacoby and Myers. After Sasaki throws 88 pitches in 3 innings, bullpen goes to work. Will Klein comes in. Top of the order for San Diego, it's Fernando Tatis Jr. Those 88 pitches, by the way, for Sasaki, the most by a Dodger through 3 innings in 16 years. You have to go back to 2010 when a guy named Charlie Hager also needed 88 to get through 3. One of the 9 starts Hager made in his Dodger career. So Sasaki's night ends early, and a bullpen well rested thanks to Charlie Barnes yesterday. Goes to work early here. Tatis retired, 1 gone in the 4th. Well rested and planning to be sitting back and enjoying tomorrow night with a well rested Ohtani. And so Dave Roberts acting aggressively with him.
I like that he's going to Will Klein and what seemed to be an early rout, 6-0, 6 runs for the Padres, and the Dodgers now within 2 runs, knowing that they're not done.
Biggest comeback this season for the Dodgers, 5 runs, 6 runs. The deficit here was down 6-0. If they were able to complete the comeback here, it'd be the longest in 4 years. Longest, largest, you know what I mean. 2-0 on Cronenworth. Who had a 3-run home run his last time, one of the 3 for the Padres against Sasaki. This 2-0 from Klein, he fouls it off, 2-1. But Klein not quite as good in the month of June. Dave Roberts is saying that he's looking for a spot for Klein to win some of that confidence back. A bit of a soft landing form right here with the team down 2 and early on in the game. But not nothing, doing it against the top of the order.
Trying to get it on the hands of Cronenworth. Seeing the fastball, the slider, the sweeper.
And like a house by the side of the road, he takes strike 3. Cronenworth, the Michigan guy outside of Detroit, he can appreciate an Ernie Harwell reference.
God, I'm thinking. He got the fastball middle. Takes it for strike 3.
2 up and 2 down for Klein, and here's Machado, homered in the first, walked in the second. Ground ball towards the middle. Mookie Betts is there. Little juggle, but plenty of time with Machado running. And the first clean inning of the game. Will Klein goes 1, 2, 3 in the fourth.
Dodgers unveiled their new gold jerseys and caps commemorating their World Series win last fall. Head to MLBshop.com to score the same cool, awesome jerseys and caps.
A 6-4 ball game. It has been an offensive explosion that has chased both starters from this game already. Randy Vasquez goes just 3 innings, same as Sasaki. So battle of the bullpens tonight. Wandy Peralta takes over. Faces Dalton Rushing, who hit a home run against Vasquez's first time up tonight.
Here we go. I mean, it's early for Peralta here in the 4th inning. One of the best arms out of the pen. One of the best arms in the National League. He's been even better in the month of June. 14 straight scoreless appearances.
It's a guy who, for his career, Jess, has a 3.80 ERA. He's at 162 this year. At the age of 34, having a career year. 0-2 to Rushing. Is smacked into right, and a leadoff hit lefty-lefty for the Dodger catcher.
Tell you what, Dave Roberts bringing over that iPad that Kirsten Watson was talking about just to make that simple adjustment, head movement. Saw the home run last weekend against the Padres, and it has been a hot bat ever since. The home run back in the second, now a beautiful 108-mile-an-hour single to lead off this 4th inning.
Tying run coming to the plate. Tommy Edman with a base hit into center. Back-to-back singles. Tying run aboard in the 4th. Man, oh man, has he hit the ground running.
How about the location of this, too? I mean, we talk about aggressiveness, Padres early on. Dodgers in this inning, aggressive swinging. This changeup up at the eyeballs. Tommy Edman don't care. Back-to-back singles in the bottom of the order to bring up Shohei Ohtani.
On both times tonight. Single in the first, walk in the second. Improving his National League leading on base percentage. 409 for the year for Ohtani, who sends a fly ball to left center field. Taylor was back at first, now comes on and recovers to make the catch. Not very good defensively, but he is very fast, and he used that speed to overcome the lack of good first step.
Yeah, this is the athleticism kicking in, but the read was bad. He took 3 steps back, and the fact most outfielders are not going to recover and be able to make this play, but what would have been an easier catch, he makes difficult, still makes the grab.
Dodgers trying to put a run on Peralta. I think the first run on him since May. Pages. 0 for 2. Just missed going deep his last time. Just got it off the end of the bat a little bit. So he sits at 16 home runs, 3rd on the team behind Ohtani's 18 and Muncy's 17. On a 1-1 from Peralta. Pages grounds one down the line, a fair ball. It's headed for the corner. Rushing's headed for the plate. They're going to send him as well. And Tommy Edman comes in. They've come all the way back in the blink of an eye. Andy Pages, a 2-run double. And it's 6-6.
Against a guy who does not give up runs, but this Dodgers offense just hits different. Back-to-back singles to start off this inning, and Paez brings them on home. The bobble by Taylor out left field, who struggled a couple times this inning, allows that second run to come in and Edman to come all the way around from first base.
And now they look for the lead. Freddie Freeman's out in front of the first pitch. 6 runs on 7 hits for the Padres. 6 runs on 10 hits for the Dodgers, with 1 away here in the 4th. Strike 2. Freeman 5 out of 12 in his career against Peralta with a home run. Got him. Two gone and up to Mookie Betts.
Gets the 2-seam up in the zone.
Betts is 1 for 2. 8 of the 9 guys have a hit in this game already. The only guy without one is Teoscar Hernandez. He's got plenty more chances coming. Wandy Peralta had given up 2 runs in his last 24 appearances. Dodgers with 2 against him here in the 4th. 3rd consecutive 2-run frame. This is right where they averaged on the road trip. A little over 6 runs per game. 9-game trip, in 4 of them, they scored 9+.
Averaging about 6.5 runs a game. It's 57 runs they scored in that road trip. A lot like this, putting it on quick. For the Padres too, they're getting into their strength. I mean, this is their bullpen, what they do best, and hurts a little more. They give up that lead. What they were hoping was getting into what's the best part about this team.
It's back to what we were talking about earlier, the domino effect of starters not lasting, and that bullpen getting used more and more. One of the most heavily used bullpens in baseball. The Dodgers, meanwhile, with the 6-man rotation, getting such good length from their starters consistently tonight, notwithstanding. They've used the bullpen less than any team in baseball, which is complete opposite from what they dealt with last year, where that pen was taxed. And it showed up in a big way in that second half swoon. Betts to left center field, and how about this? From down 6-0 to take the lead in the 4th. Wow!
Off of Peralta's best pitch too, goes with the changeup. Not a bad location, low and away, but Mookie Betts just continues to swing the bat. I love how he goes down to get this, reaches out, still gets barrel on a pitch, moving away from him. Teammates love it. Keep on passing the bat.
It was 6-0 San Diego after an inning and a half. 2 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, 3 in the 4th, blindsiding. Muncy knocked in a run with a double last inning. How deflating if you're the Padres. You come off of getting smacked 23-3 yesterday. Impressive start to this game, 6-0. Gets Sasaki out of there, only to see the lead disappear.
They finally, the Padres get the offense that they wanted to get. And now it's the pitching. Your point, Joe, I mean, what has been a strength, just the last 11 games, 40 earned runs and 49 innings pitched. That's a 7.35 ERA for the Padres bullpen. Of course, 8 of those runs came yesterday in Chicago. The backup catcher was thrown in at that point. But
in the 7th inning, Rodolfo Duran came into the game in the 7th. That's how yesterday went at Wrigley Field. 0-2 to Muncy. Reaches out, grounds it into center, and the hits just keep on coming. They've scored 8 runs in 4 innings.
Just hit it where they ain't. Muncy, beautiful job just going out, poking this thing, get it by. He's all arms on this one. This is how this last couple innings has gone for the Dodgers offense, and just keep on scoring runs.
8 runs on 12 hits for the Dodgers through 3+. And Wandy Peralta, who'd given up 2 runs the last month and a half, 4 of them in the 4th inning here. And now Kyle Tucker, who followed the 4-walk game yesterday with a 2-for-2 start to this one, scoring once and knocking one in. A lot of times it's the better swing decisions that leads to the better results, more hits, and we saw the better swing decisions throughout this road trip. Even better, I should say, because again, the swing rate and the chase rate was still better than average, but went to an elite rate the last few days, and it's getting paid off with a couple hits so far in this game. He's reached base 7 times in a row. 4 walks yesterday, 3 hits today.
It's all about getting fastballs that he can drive. Gets this 95, catches a lot of the plate. Just a great job with the back knee getting through that. 13th hit of the game.
Dodgers didn't take batting practice today after the long road trip, getting in a bit late last night. I guess they're saving it for the game. I mean, it has looked like it, just spraying line drives all over the place.
Maybe we don't do BP for the series. I don't know.
Right. If they want a little break here, they got a pretty good case. Doc, we don't need it. Hernandez trying to join in on the fun. He's the only guy without a hit in this 13-hit outburst. Fly to center field his first time. Bounce into a double play his last time. Yuki Matsui. There's going to be a revolving door out there tonight, really on both sides. Good change up, 1-2.
Back-to-back good changeups.
Dodgers trying to hand the Padres their 6th consecutive defeat. Chase badly right there, and that ends the inning. But the Dodgers bat around. They score 4 times, and what was a 6-0 deficit is an 8-6 lead. Back-to-back world champion Dodger baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your Toyota dealers. We make it easy. Well, things have changed quickly. I'm sure some TVs were turned off, and I can't say I blame you. 6-0 was not very fun. No fun, sir. 8 runs in a row for the Dodgers, though, has flipped this game around, and Will Klein finds himself going from here's a soft landing, work on some things, get your confidence back, to hold on to that lead, big fella. Overthrows this one, or just a little cross up right there. And a ball and a strike on Gavin Sheets. Wow.
Came in down 4 runs, now up 2 runs. These teams aren't done yet. I mean, offense has definitely come in with a game plan and executing. Padres can be done with the Dodgers. They're going to keep on rolling.
Sheets swings and misses. Strike 3. Uses that sweeper like a cutter.
Remember, this Padres team was aggressive swinging, coming out early in this game, and because of that, now they're getting the chase because they're getting the movement. Will Klein, a beautiful horizontal depth to that, way off the plate inside.
Sweeper for a strike on Ty France. Base hit into center. So France stays hot. 7 out of his last 14.
Center fielder Jackson Merrill.
Dodgers 8, Padres 6. 1 gone here in the 5th, and up comes Merrill. There it is, 9th home run of the season, his first time, and then struck out. The issue tonight, not the offense. The pitching, giving up 8 runs. San Diego pitchers have now given up 40 runs in their last 20 innings. '62 the last 6 games. Breaking ball almost hit him. Checked his swing. They asked down to third. No swing, says Nick Marley. And so 1 ball, 1 strike on Merrill. One and 2.
That's been the pitch Merrill struck out on back in the 3rd inning. The pitch he's chased. Fastball up out of the zone.
Yeah, and he got him like that. That has been for Jackson Merrill both a blessing and a curse, in that he is a good high fastball hitter. Because of that, he thinks he can get to those, and you go just high enough, it's almost impossible to get to.
Yeah, when you do get to it, that's all you remember.
Feels so good.
It's easy. If you get to that ball and then barrel it up. The percentages, especially against a good pitcher.
Line flooding the zone. Strike on Bogarts. Doubled and scored in the 2nd. 8 of the 9 Padres with a hit in this game, just like the Dodgers. Samad Taylor out of the 9 spot, the only guy for the Padres without a hit. Chopper to Muncy. Tough hop, but he gets it. Aggressive defense right there from Max Muncy to get Xander Bogaerts. And after 4 innings, or after 4.5, Dodgers up 8-6. Performance Spotlight is sponsored by your Southern California Nissan dealers. The Dodgers through 4 innings have 8 runs on 13 hits, and they've taken a 6-0 deficit and flipped it back around 8-6. Bottom of the 5th, still a long way to go in this ball game. Dalton Rushing will lead things off. Started last inning with a single and came in to score. Gets another lefty right here, and Yuki Matsui on for Peralta. Shows bunt, but the defense pulled around for him to pull the ball, and very back at third and Machado. Had
a great at bat, left on left for that single you mentioned when Peralta came into the game. Good job sitting on the fastball that was moving away from the barrel.
2-1. Ball 3 on Rushing as Matsui loses footing a little bit there. Now on a 3-1 pitch, Rushing hits it hard deep to the right field corner. Tatis can't get it. Rushing's 3 for 3. Homer in the 2nd, singled in the 4th, doubled in the 5th.
Consistency with the fastball too. Those are all 3 of his hits. A nice job on a pitch low and in. And how about Tatis? The jump that he gets on this almost gets to that. Not many right fielders even get within glove reach of this.
It's one of the reasons the Padres are excited to have Jake Cronenworth back, is that it allows Tatis to move back out to right, where he's been so good. Tommy Edman ripped a single his last time. And came in to score the tying run. Now hitting .372 his first 13 games. Production obviously great, but even without the production, I'm talking to Dave Roberts about this. He said just the fact that you can put him anywhere and not worry one bit, what that does for Dave Roberts' mind, what it does for the whole roster and the way you can move pieces around. A zero worry player. The 0-2 pitch from Matsui to Tommy Edman, taken in the dirt.
He was missed, and you felt it, especially with Kike being out as well. Another very versatile player that you can put in a variety of positions. But I just love the way he grinds at bats now on his better side here on the right side against a left-handed pitcher, being a switch hitter.
Pokes it towards the right field corner. Tatis not going to get there. Second hit for Edman. Here comes Dalton Rushing. Edman's headed for third, and then he throws on the brakes. Back-to-back doubles to open up the 5th, and they just keep on rolling. 9 for the Dodgers.
How about another 2-strike hit? I mean, this is where the Dodgers have really shined in this game. This is a splitter down below the zone. But watch Tommy Edman. This is, by the way, about a 70% swing. And he hits it this far. Grind out of bats in this 9-hole. Scores another run to bring up the top of the order in Shohei Ohtani.
Single and a walk today for Shohei. Way up there. Machado drifts back into foul ground. He's got it for the first out.
I mean, no one even hits fly balls like that. That is like 1 of 1. I know it's an out, but oh my goodness.
Pretty cool out.
Above the lights. I mean, it's beautiful to watch. Even the fans all on their feet. And it's a fly ball to third base.
So now it's Padres, who drove in 2 with the double last inning. Edman takes off, and he'll steal it without a throw.
This is stolen on the pitcher. Matsui never even looks back at him. Tommy Edman recognizes that. It's stolen before Fermin can even catch the ball.
First attempt for Edman. Infield comes in here. And the 1-0 comes home for Matsui. Pages takes the ball. For Tommy, that was the last thing to fully trust, his ability to explode running the bases. You can trust the bat at this point. One of the 5 Dodgers with multiple hits in this ball game. It's the 5th time out of the last 10 they've scored 9.
5th time in the last 9 that they've had 14+ hits.
Yeesh.
14+ hits.
Gets away. Edman charges home and scores standing out. 10 straight for the Dodgers after they trailed 6-0.
This is a splitter that Fermin needs to try to block. Still a wild pitch. Tommy Edman manufacturing that run. Double stolen base. Comes around on the wild pitch.
So it takes away an RBI chance from the National League leader. 3-1 pitch to him. And he goes to 3-2. First of 4 between these teams, and both bullpens getting taxed early. Dodgers have Shohei Ohtani going tomorrow. The Padres feel good about who they have going. Michael King, even though he struggled his last time. Probably their most reliable guy. Yamamoto against Canning on Saturday. Sheehan against Sears on Sunday. That's at 4:20, by the way. Pages takes the walk.
First baseman, number 5, Freddie Freeman.
And here's Freddie Freeman. Singled in his first at-bat, extended his on-base streak to 17 games. Ouch. Marquez, who just came back up today. He's been rehabbing down in AAA. Well, the Dodgers are just a few games past the halfway mark of this season. They already have scored double-digit runs as many times as they did all of last year. It's their 14th game with 10 runs.
You mentioned it earlier, too. They were already producing earlier in the year, but now when you get all the big guys clicking, the bottom of the order clicking, this is what happens. And it's what you expect, I guess, when everyone looks at the talent that's on this team. It's a lot harder to produce that.
Productive all year, but for the first time lately, it feels overwhelming a lot of nights. 3 balls, 1 strike on Freeman. Here it comes. Swings and misses. 3-2.
When your 8-9 hitters are 5 for 6 with 5 runs, extra base hits, 3 of them a home run. I mean, that's just the bottom. And then you got Shohei and Freddie and Mookie. Muncy swinging it the way he's swinging. Just got to get Teo on base tonight.
Yeah, let him smile a little bit. Here's another payoff to Freeman, and he takes ball 4. 2 doubles, now 2 walks in the inning. And they're probably hoping Marquez can get ready in a hurry. Can't see Matsui facing Betts. Buying a little time. The entire infield's out there on the mound. Mookie Betts comes up 2 for 3. Couple runs scored, run knocked in. Looks like they're actually calling for the training staff for Freddie Fermin, who just took that foul tip off of the mask. And he's shouting back probably for Rodolfo Duran, the backup catcher. Still don't have anybody from the training staff out there.
Seems pretty clear that Fermin wants to stay in, but Craig Stammen's like, no. His teammates were all over it too. Probably.
So Fermin leaves the game. Rodolfo Castro is going to come in. The question is, will he be catching a different pitcher? Doesn't look like Craig Stammen's going to make a change of pitcher. Matsui's still out there. Marquez has continued to warm. This is just going to be Castro coming in at catcher, it looks like. You can put Castro into the 8th spot in the order. You do it to lead off the top of the 6th inning. I said Castro, Duran, beg your pardon. All right, so here he comes into the game to catch. Matsui's going to stay in, and look, the bullpen door opening as early as it did, even though Matsui against Betts is not a matchup that you love. They're going to keep on using him, down 4, and with a lot of innings to cover, not just tonight, but this weekend.
Party in the outfield. They were having a good old time out there.
Well, it's been this kind of stretch for the Padres, really this kind of season. Anytime they start to get things going and you start thinking, here they come, something bad happens. Tonight, 6-0 lead. They've given up 10 runs in a row. And are in danger of dropping a 6th consecutive game and falling to 500 for the first time since they were 6-6.
I mean, it's bad with explanation points. I mean, 18 base runners in less than 5 full innings after taking that 6-0 lead. Look at the record. We talk about May 18th, where they were half a game ahead of the Dodgers, which is now just mind-blowing. About to go 13 games down. The Dodgers hold on.
Touched on it during the pregame show, but the Padres the worst record in baseball since that point when they took the lead in the division with the 1-0 win the first time these teams met up this year. Dodgers at the same time have the best record in baseball, trying to run that to 28-12 since briefly falling behind against the Padres in May. 0-1 to Mookie Betts is poked in the air, deep right center. Tatis going back to the edge of the track. He's there. Pages to third, first and third with 2 out.
Even the outs have just been hard hits. It's not been very much swing and miss, only 2 strikeouts.
15 hits, 3 walks in this game. And 50-some thousand hats.
I'm pretty pumped to see you sport the straw hat this summer.
The hat is a one-piece hat. Is that correct?
I don't know. I know the cards.
I think it's related. And I got many, many people saying, "You idiot." Of course it's one piece. Confirmed. I knew. I was testing you at home.
At home, all of you watching. Looks so much like a one-piece hat.
Dodgers hitting for power lately, but also hitting with runners in scoring position. 337 the last 9 games in these situations. Muncy's knocked in a run, back-to-back innings, trying to make it 3 innings in a row with a run batted in. Behind 1 and 2. Two on, 2 out. 4-run lead for the Dodgers. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Breaks in there for strike 3 and ends the inning. Dodgers, though, get a couple more. 10-6 to the 6th.
Dodger fans, it's time.
Brock Stewart comes on for the Dodgers here in the top of the 6th inning. They lead this game 10-6, and if you happen to tune in late, good idea. You can say that you planned to do that because the Dodgers were in a 6-0 hole. It was not fun at all, but they've scored 10 in a row. And Stewart comes on here for the top of the 6th. Rodolfo Duran, who came off of the bench last inning with Freddie Fermin leaving the game after taking that foul tip off of the mask. First at bat of the day for him. And trying to get the bat heated up. 3 of his last 34. 0-1 from Stewart. Chop left side. Muncy stabs it. One gone in the 6th. Well, 6 runs against Sasaki over 3 innings with the bullpen. 2 innings from Will Klein. Gave up just 1 base runner. And now it's Stewart. As this bullpen continues to get healthier, you've got Brock Stewart coming off of the injured list. Evan Phillips is getting close to returning, striking out the side in his last outing. Edwin Diaz making good progress. Blake trying to continue to work his way back as well. Stewart's 6th game this year. He's given up just 1 run in his first 5 innings. Dodgers would love to see him be able to put together a string of outings here. They got him at the trade deadline last year. He was so good for the Twins prior to the deadline, but then hurt most of the time since coming to LA to finish off last year and for most of this year. Here he comes with an 0-2 to Taylor. Rushing says just like that. Taylor's shown that he'll go after those. Lays off this time. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jammed him, but he drops it into right field for his first hit of the night. And now every spot in the order has a hit for the Padres.
A great spot for the fastball. Up and in, just crazy swing, by the way, from Taylor. Watch him just tuck his hands in and just poke this out into right field.
Dodgers 10, Padres 6. Top of the order, and Fernando Tatis Jr. reached twice over the first 2 innings and scored twice. Just finished off a 23-game on-base streak. Number on his back, same number that his dad wore in his major league career. Of course, his most famous moment came in this ballpark, hitting 2 grand slams in 1 inning. This is junior, that was senior. And then Fernando's grandpa was also a pro. Fernando Antonio Tatis made it to AAA with the Astros in the 1970s. 3rd-generation pro ball player. Said his dad's hard work and hustle, the way he played the game with a smile on his face, was his inspiration. Wanted to be just like him. Just like the guys he'd watch play in the Dominican Winter League. So that's going to be me one day. And it way quicker than just about anybody else was. Breaking into the major leagues when he was 20. Winning a home run title in his first full year, hit 42 of them. Then the injuries. There was the shoulder injury. There was the suspension. He missed a full year, and bat just hasn't quite been the same since coming back. The defense, otherworldly. He's won 2 platinum gloves in right field, a position he had never played. And the bat good, but he was one of the top hitters in baseball first couple of years.
Still definitely one of the top athletes, and that's why you see the gold gloves on defense. I mean, not many. Mookie Betts is one. Can go outfield, infield, back to the outfield, win a gold glove. Pretty much any position you could put him at.
Bouncing ball to Mookie Betts. He'll go to second for 1. Edmund to first, a double play. They turn 2 on Tatis and send this game to the bottom of the 6th.
This is Dodger Lingo, presented by UCLA Health. We're going to test our players to see how well they can speak the native languages of their teammates.
ファンの皆さん、こんにちは。今日は僕が日本語を教えたいと思います。めんどくさい。めんどくさい。めんどくさい。めんどくさい。Bon appetit. Can I call a friend?
Get pack and take home an exclusive Black Heritage Night jersey, which is Dodgers.com/promotions for more information.
Right fielder, number 23, Kyle Tucker.
German Marquez makes his return to the major leagues here with the Padres. He's in the rotation early on this year, then was hurt. And since being down in his rehab, he has worked in both roles. The first time in his pro career that he's worked out of the bullpens. You got to go back to, man, he's a teenager. Find the last time he had a relief appearance prior to these last few days down in his rehab. Fires in strike one to Kyle Tucker. Trying to do something nobody's been able to do tonight or the last 2 days, and that is get Tucker out. He's reached base 7 consecutive times up. 4 walks yesterday, 3 for 3 at the plate today.
All singles, all hard hits. 100 miles an hour plus, pull side.
Oh, wow. Keeps it going. 4 for 4 for Kyle Tucker. 4 walks yesterday, 4 hits today. Twice as nice.
How fun is this for him, too? Everything he had hit prior to this was a fastball. Sits on this breaking ball, goes opposite field. Waits long enough, just pokes it down the line. First extra base hit of the game for Tucker. 4th hit.
For the 16 for the Dodgers. And boy, Teoscar Hernandez is as encouraging as the first couple games where he has swung at some stuff that's not been close to him.
Yeah, his last at bat struck out on 3 straight changeups. None of them were in the zone. See him on that curveball.
In the air to center field, carries well, but will come down to Jackson Merrill. Tucker will take third. 1 gone. Dalton Rushing coming to the plate. He is 3 for 3 in this ball game. He homered in the 2nd, singled in the 4th, doubled in the 5th. So yes, he is a triple shy of the cycle. I know I'm obligated to say that. He has, in his major league career, a total of 0 of those. And this is not a great triples park. Infield is in. Good pick right there by Duran.
It's cool just to see how quiet he is. I mean, he's so strong with that lower half. And on a lot of these hits, just his ability to see the ball, track it so well, and then utilize that lower half without a whole lot of movement. You see him kind of go down into his legs, but it's not a big stride. It's not a lot of head movement. Without the head movement, you take a lot more pitches out of the zone instead of chasing them, as you really recognize the pitch. He wants this one back. Breaking ball he saw hung in the top of the zone. No.
Driven in the air, deep center field. Merrill on the run to the track. He gets there. But an RBI for Rushing. Sacrifice fly drives in Kyle Tucker. Quite a night for the Dodger lineup, and 8-9 in the order. As good a night as anybody. Rushing 3 for 3 with sacrifice fly, 3 knocked in, 3 runs scored, and then you got Tommy Edman, 2 for 3, 2 runs scored.
One hit from the right, 1 hit from the left. Both 2-strike hits too. Such a good job. He's talked about how sometimes he's even more comfortable the further he gets into a count. Mad at himself there, that slider.
How can that be that you'd feel more comfortable the deeper you get into a count?
You see the ball more. You just start to recognize the pitches. Like you see that slider there. Now he's seen it from Marquez. You foul it off.
A trade-off, right? You gather more information, but find yourself closer and closer to strike 3.
But the comfort he has with 2 strikes, and that's what even his last at bat. I mean, he was so late on a breaking ball because he's able to recognize that pitch out of the hand. Hit it down the line for a double. And you just watch him. I mean, he's a Stanford guy. He's nerdy. It's taking in information, using that. The further he gets in, the better he gets. Just waiting for that slider, though, to the back foot, the pitch that he missed. See if he chases that pitch again. That's Marquez's bread and butter. Coming down and in.
Just miss right there. Count goes full. And he lost him.
What an at bat. I mean, this at bat starts off with a pitch that is 3 feet off the plate that he swings and misses on, battles back, gets this count full. Ends up taking 2 pitches that are barely off the plate to get on base for a 3rd time.
And get Ohtani up here against Marquez. Single in the first, walk in the second. Down the line, foul. And 2. Now Dave Roberts is saying today, I expect an extra gassed up, edgy Shohei Ohtani tomorrow night with the added rest. Some frustrations in his last start as he takes the ball in game 2 of this series. And talking to Dalton Rushing, talking to Dave Roberts about the situation. Sounds like they've done their due diligence to smooth anything out that needed smoothing. And Rushing will catch that game tomorrow. Got him with a fastball. Dodgers, though, score for the 5th consecutive inning, 11-6. Back-to-back world champion Dodger baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Get fired up with the Hot Ones Munchie Meal. Padres scored the first 6 runs of this game. The Dodgers have scored 11 unanswered. And to the top of the 7th we go. Joe Davis, Jessica Mendoza, Kirsten Watson, and that's Alex Vesia music as he's on to face 2, 3, and 4 in the Padres lineup. Jake Cronenworth leads off. Vesia comes home and is at the top of the zone with a strike.
Talk about consistency on the flip side. When we were talking about Freddie Freeman, Alex Vesia is that this Dodgers bullpen just continues to be great. The numbers show that, but even better since May 14th at 1.88 ERA.
Cronenworth to center field. Pages on the move, gets there. Has given up a run in just 2 of his 19 outings. In that time frame you're talking about, one of those 2 games, though, was his last game, which was against the Padres last weekend. Give up a run in that 4-2 win on Sunday.
It's been a bit since he's thrown. Gotten some rest this week and throw in Sacramento. It's impressed me the most is the swing and miss. 22 strikeouts and 14 in the 3rd innings pitched. Just missing bats, missing barrels. The deceptiveness.
Machado swings and misses. There's some of it right there. Strikeout rate has ticked up each year the last 4 years. A little high.
Feels like a different game that Manny Machado hit that 2-run home run. That was the start. The Padres 6 runs that they would score in those first 2 innings. They started this game 6 for 11 with 3 home runs, but since 3 for their last 15. Donuts up on the scoreboard.
Those 2 scoreless innings from Will Klein, and then Brock Stewart with a scoreless 6th. And now it's Vesia here in the 7th. Dodgers looking for their 28th win in their last 40 games. Machado's worked it full. Trying to hand the Padres 6 consecutive defeats, send them back to 500 for the first time since 2 weeks into the year. Alex huffing and puffing. Home with a payoff. Strikes him out.
Comes back to that same pocket. He kept trying to get in there with the fastball. Then he does it with the slider. Still off the plate, but now he gets the swing and miss because Machado, he likes himself some breaking balls, but not that one. Vesia gets him for strike 3, and the Dodgers did it. Get your free Jumbo Jack from Jack in the Box tomorrow when you buy a large drink. Valid only at LA area restaurants.
2 up and 2 down. Gavin Sheets takes outside, ball 1. Sheets 1 for 3, does have a double in this ball game. Alex Vesia. It's a swing and a miss on that high heat, and fastball playing up. 94 right there.
It looks like 98 when you see the swing and miss off of it. Such a good job when he elevates that thing.
'94 again.
It's like a caged animal.
For the year, he's averaged 91, 92. This would be the hardest that he's thrown all year. I'm talking about feeling a little bit extra froggy with a few days off. Looking for a 1-2-3 7th. Here he comes. Sheets protects.
The delay with the leg kick too. He's feeling it, just with the velocity, but now manipulating a little bit of his rhythm.
Maybe an extra Red Bull tonight for Alex. It's a little extra jittery.
It's on another level even for him. You don't sit him out for a series.
No, right? It's like the kids during summer break. You got to get them outside.
Totally. Go get him. He's already shaking pitches before he's back even on the rubber. Nope. Nope. He's right up against it with the pitch clock, too.
2-2. And now full. With a 9th pitch of the at-bat coming from Alex Vesia to Gavin Sheets. It's a payoff. And he walked him.
First baseman number 25, Ty France.
That's first walk issued by the bullpen, and you love that on a night like this where you got to go to work early for the pen, and then the offense gets you the big lead. Attack the zone. Keep the game moving. Strike on France with the first pitch changeup.
I think how many pitches Gavin Sheets had to foul off to even get to that ball four.
In the air, center field. Pages coming on, gets there. 7th inning stretch brought to you by Sit and Sleep, SoCal's most trusted mattress store. Inside the box score we go on a 16-hit night for the Dodgers. 4 of them for Kyle Tucker, 3 of them for Dalton Rushing. And 11 runs to show for it. To the bottom of the 7th inning we go. Randy Pages will lead off with his 1-for-3 line. Ball one from German Marquez. 2-run double for Pages to help the Dodgers finish off the comeback in this game. They're down 6-0. They led it 8-6 by the end of the 4th. Generous outside corner strike right there, 1-1. And now facing Marquez, the longtime Colorado Rocky, in his first season with the Padres after a decade there in Colorado. And a lot of time has passed, and so don't blame me if you've forgotten, but this guy was one of the top young pitchers in the National League for a bit there. Fly to right center field. Tatis will make the catch for the first out. Last time the Rockies were good, 2018, when they were neck and neck with the Dodgers the whole way. He was their ace. Game 163 here at Dodger Stadium to decide the division. Marquez was the starter. Now, he got hit hard in that game, but that's where he stood. The pecking order there in Colorado. He was the guy, and ultimately became the fastest pitcher ever to reach 1,000 strikeouts as a Rocky. Fastest and first, I should say. Dealt with injuries the last few years, missed almost 2 full years after Tommy John. Came back last year, didn't have it, had a 6.70 ERA. And now his first season with the Padres, also marred by injuries. Marquez now 31.
It's crazy he's only 31.
Yeah, the whole story.
Yeah.
Go off to center. He made it to the majors as a 21-year-old in 2016. It was against the Padres that he made his debut.
Time you spent almost a decade in Colorado kind of adds about, it's like dog years.
Yeah.
As a pitcher. The fact that he had the numbers he did early in his career there just showed how good the stuff was, the mindset was.
31, but his whoop's telling him he's 50.
Exactly.
Those years in Denver. Grounder to short, worm burner to Bogarts, and one former Red Sox gets another. After 7 innings, the Dodgers by 5. Anniversary of a special night here at Dodger Stadium. Clayton Kershaw getting his 3,000th career strikeout July 2nd against the Chicago White Sox. Talked to Clayton today. He said he had no idea and could not believe that it had been a year. And celebrating, he didn't realize he was celebrating, but celebrating with a family golf trip to Florida. Kershaw's enjoying retirement as a family.
Lots of trips. Follow the Kershaws. I just love how excited his teammates were for him to share that moment. Honestly, all of last year to watch how much they enjoyed, even more so having him on their team, knowing it was going to be his last year.
Edgar Enriquez, the new pitcher for the Dodgers. Dave Roberts is saying today, unprompted, how Enriquez continues to climb that circle. You can't climb a circle, climb the trust tree, I guess. No runs in his last 7 games, no hits in his last 5 games. 1-2 on Jackson Merrill.
He's been really strong since mid-May. Allowing runs in 2 appearances over those 7 weeks. The 1.45 ERA since May 12th.
Now, man, you look for his career, 2.62 ERA. A few games at the end of the 2024 season as a 22-year-old. Last year at a 2.37 this year. And it feels like he's as good as he's ever been this year, but the ERA is even higher than it was last year. Kind of an in-between bounce right there for Freddie Freeman. He measures it up, feeds Enriquez for the first out of the 8th. ERA not always the best tell for a reliever, best stat to look at. It can get skewed so easily because of the low number of innings. One bad inning can throw it out of whack. Strikeout rate, though, above average. There were times where he wasn't getting enough swing and miss to really trust him. Dave was making the comparison, though, to Brusdar Graterol, who you always trusted, even though he didn't really have strikeout stuff. And Enriquez actually has significantly higher strikeout rate than Graterol did. Graterol for his career was 19%, and Enriquez at 26%, which is better than league average. Bogarts with 1 away. And he asks, why does that matter so much? Well, especially you get in big games and tight games when your top relievers are going to be pitching. You want to limit balls in play. You want to limit the possible outcomes. Tapper. And that is, like Brusdar Graterol, the name of the game for Enriquez. Soft contact. He's retired the first 2 here in the 8th.
How about a 14-mile-an-hour difference between 2 pitches? Threw the first one prior to that pitch, 103 miles an hour, then the slider at 89. No wonder you get weak contact along with the swing and miss.
Graterol, by the way, underwent back surgery just a few weeks ago, and so his year probably finished. That's a tough one. That's a sad one, Brusdar Graterol. Strike on Duran. Graterol in 2023, 24 years old, had a 1.20 ERA in 68 games. He's pitched in 7 games in 3 years since. Strike 3 called. 1, 2, 3/8 for Enriquez. Stay tuned when this one wraps up. We've got Access Sportsnet Dodgers with John and Jerry and Oral. Just in time. I don't know if he's pouting or pensive.
He got an applause from Jerry. Yeah, doing the thinker, the Rodin.
Yeah, his Is it his profile picture, his badge, his press pass? It's from like 20 years ago, but he's doing that in the picture.
Really? With his hand under his chin?
0-2 on Muncy.
Deep thoughts from Morrow.
For that game 163 we're talking about with Marquez in 2018, he gave up a home run to this guy, Max Muncy. Max's first year with the team, his 35th and final game of the final home run of that regular season. More to come in the playoffs, of course, including his famous walk-off in Game 3 of the World Series that year. 16 playoff home runs for Muncy.
23, Kyle Tucker.
226 in a Dodger uniform in the regular year. One out in the 8th inning. Kyle Tucker tries to keep his perfect game going. After 4 walks yesterday, he's 4 for 4 today. We were talking at the start about the offense finally feeling like it's clicking on all cylinders because you have the big guys at the top all doing it together, and Ohtani and Freeman, and then lately Betts. But you had Kyle Tucker to that equation too. Boy.
Well, that's kind of what you thought coming into the season, the signing of Tucker adding to already potent offense, but it has to all click together for it to be astronomical type numbers that this offense can do, and that's what they're doing right now. Tucker's in the 6 hole. Of course, Dodgers 4 through 6 tonight are 8 for 13 with 2 extra base hits, 5 runs, and 4 RBIs. So it's not a bad place to be.
A 9th consecutive time up, reaching base for Kyle Tucker. Something Ohtani did earlier this year. It's about a month ago. Kyle Tucker in some good company there, reaching base 9 consecutive times up. And now one more chance for Teoscar Hernandez. Everybody else around him having fun, getting hits, scoring runs. He's 0 for 4. He's hit it hard a couple times, but nothing to show for it.
Trying to get him to chase again. Both those pitches not close. Doing a much better job at taking those pitches.
Just heard some of the first fireworks of the weekend.
Be a special one. 250.
Fouls it back. Count goes 3-2. Second game of this series tomorrow night. Great pitching matchup. Ohtani at 8-2 with a 158. And Michael King, who's, when he's right, the best pitcher the Padres have in that starting rotation. Hernandez reaches base for the first time with a 1-out walk here in the 8th. Now rushing, trying to keep a perfect night going. He's homered, he's singled, he's doubled, he's knocked in 3, he's scored 3.
Catcher number 68, Dalton Rushing.
Dodgers don't have a cycle in 9 years. Rushing doesn't have a triple in ever. Base hit, he's 4 for 4. I'll have to settle for that. Yeah, go 3. Throw to the plate is late. How about a 4-hit, 4 RBI game for Dalton Rushing?
Been a lot of traffic on base in front of him, and he has capitalized the 4th RBI that he's had. He's done a great job. All pitches, too. Breaking balls, fastballs, all parts of the field. Even his last at bat, barely missed another home run, hit it all the way to the wall for an out. Have yourself a night.
And now Tommy Edman waves and misses over a back foot breaking ball. Bottom of the order together, reaching base 7 times. Rushing 4 for 4. Edman's 2 for 3 with a walk.
Tommy Edman had he's had a lot of great at-bats, but it was his walk, his last at-bat, to me the most impressive, working himself back into that count. To earn that walk. Especially because he started the at-bat off swinging at a pitch that was nowhere near the strike zone.
I like this one. Maybe we got another marathon coming. On a 2-1 pitch, Edman fouls it off, and it's 2-2. Here was that at bat, start to finish.
Yeah, look at the pitch sequence and the pitch that he swung and missed on there, and then I love the fast forward version of this, the foul balls, and then the takes. After fouling off those last few, you see the couple inches just off the plate to work that walk.
Bounce it is short. It'll be a double play to send this game to the 9th inning, but Dalton Rushing gets his 4th hit. Dodgers, by the way, have 8 4-hit games this year. Rushing responsible for 3 of those 8.
Take home Shohei Ohtani's greatest game bobblehead, presented by Inaba. On July 8th, visit Dodgers.com/promotions for more information.
For the Dodgers tonight, 12 runs on 17 hits, and the bullpen 5 scoreless innings after Roki Sasaki gave up 6 runs in 3. Well, if you're going to have to unload the bullpen, you better make it worth it, and they have tonight. Paul Gervais tries to finish it off, spins one outside to Samad Taylor. Gervais back with the big league club for the first time since May, when he pitched 5 innings over 2 appearances and gave up just 1 run.
6'10". Walking by him pregame, I hadn't been around him, and just massivity of how tall he is, and imagine that coming at you as a batter.
When you're 5'8", you got a 14-inch advantage on the hitter here. Bottom of the zone for a strike on Taylor.
Call strikes being challenged by the batter.
Because if you don't use it, do you lose it?
It was a strike. San Diego has 1 remaining.
All right. Can't take him with you. And now walk. Padres, by the way, the last 6 seasons coming into this year, had blown a 6-run lead 1 time. 1 time in 6 years. Assuming the Dodgers hold on to this lead here, this would be the 2nd time it's happened this season. And again, this is with a team where the bullpen is the biggest strength. Now, the bullpen was not the reason the lead was blown today entirely. Randy Vasquez again struggled. But it's some more evidence of what kind of tough season this has been for the Padres. Top of the order in Tatis, double and a walk, couple runs scored.
Big misses from Gervais. Couple to Taylor in that walk, and then that last one to Tatis. Both the fastball and the slider just kind of pulling it glove side over to the other batter's box. Probably one of the hardest things about being 6'10" though is all those levers. Be able to consistently have those mechanics. A lot of deep breaths.
There's a strike. Dodger offense 12 runs on 17 hits today. 5th time in the last 10 games that they have scored 9+. It's the 4th time in the last 9 games that they have 17 hits, tying a season high. Doc's saying, oh man.
Tanner Scott now up in the bullpen. Someone he didn't want to have to get to.
Big pitch right here. Scott can take a breath. Put applause to that. And he makes it to strike out Tatis.
It's a good job by Gervais just getting back into this count. Looked like he had kind of lost him there. Comes back with the slider, get the chase.
Just misses with his first one to Cronenworth. But a 3-run home run tonight that made it 6-0 Padres in the 2nd inning. 12 straight for LA. The Padres were feeling like it was as low of a spot as they've been all season, coming off of getting swept at Wrigley Field, that 23-3 loss yesterday. Here's another deep drive off of the bat of Cronenworth. Pages going back to the track. He makes the catch against the wall and now heaves it to first base late. Andy Pages for the 2nd out of the 9th inning, and then just for kicks shows off the cannon. Wow. Sending to Philly.
Just the fact that he had to cover so much ground full speed, and he's kind of shaking his shoulder because look how hard he hits the wall. And just an understanding, look at the ball tail last second. He ends up taking a chunk out of that wall with his cleat. I mean, this is just absolute elite outfield play. Take away a double.
That's such a hard catch. Mookie knows it. He's been out there, can relate. So 2 gone for Machado. Those balls hit right over your head. Those are the hardest, right?
Yeah, and the fact that you get that last second tail chunk taken out of the wall from his cleat that he hit it. And I'll tell you what, there's a whole lot of marks there. You've seen Pages. You don't want to get in his way.
And then after sprinting to the wall and banging into it, he uncorked a 93-mile-per-hour fastball to first base. And actually made it a decently close play even with a fast runner in Taylor.
There's a reason why he keeps kind of shaking his neck, his shoulder. I mean, he covered so much ground so quickly. And then to react as the ball started tailing to his glove side.
And to do that for Paul Gervais, rare opportunity in the major leagues for him. Hasn't really had a feel for it tonight. Give him a chance to still put up a 0. The Padre fan caught that ball, and then the Dodger fan took it from him. Another 2-2 from Gervais. Kind of the same conversation we were talking about, Dave Roberts, with Freddie Freeman never giving away an at-bat. How about Andy Pages not giving away a play in a 6-run game in the 9th inning? Trotter takes the second walk of the inning. Running as if it's Game 7 of the World Series.
And he had one, too, last inning where he came in on.
30,
I mean, just his reacts off the bat, one, whether it's in, back, that's the first thing, your first step. But then the speed, the elite athleticism. And then he's not scared to just take the wall out if he has to make an out.
Now, this is a bummer right here. Dave Roberts is going to have to go to Tanner Scott. Tanner Scott's only pitched one time over the last week. It's against the Padres on Sunday when 1 1/3. 6 consecutive scoreless outing for him in this bounce-back campaign.
Look at those numbers, how good he's been, especially continuing to get better. We've seen some relief pitchers start to struggle over the last few weeks, and Tanner Scott just continues to put up the numbers he's been all year. Perfect 5 for 5 saves over his last 6 appearances.
Ball on Andujar, who pinch hits right here for Gavin Sheets. One ball and 1 strike.
Surprised that Gervais did not have a longer leash there, getting called up, get the opportunity. I know 2 walks, but to not have Tanner Scott come into this game, first game of a 4-game series.
Andujar into center field. That's down for a hit, and the Padres are going to get their first run against the Dodger bullpen. First run since the 2nd inning. 12-7 game.
Number 25, Ty France.
Padres still going. 2 gone here in the 9th, and Ty France climbs in. Close to 400 the last couple of weeks for France, who got hit on the wrist, remembered by Sasaki last weekend. Stayed in the game and took him deep. Missed the next couple of days, but back in the lineup and back to hitting when the team went to Chicago. 6 out of 11 in the few games there. Grounds this one to short for Betts. This is going to do it. Dodgers from down 6-0 to win it 12-7. If it's possible for in a game where they trailed by 6 for it to never feel like it was really in doubt, tonight was that night, because they erased it like that.
It was impressive to see the response, because after 2 innings and 6 runs, it felt like it was going to be the Padres game, and instead the Dodgers responded immediately, scoring those 2 runs and then just kept on tacking on. Pretty cool to see entire team effort and everybody getting their hits.
So in the first matchup between these clubs at Dodger Stadium this year, the Dodgers come out victorious, now 5-2 against the Padres this year. For Jessica Mendoza, Kirsten Watson, and the rest of our crew, Joe Davis saying so long from Dodger Stadium. Stay tuned for Access Sportsnet Dodgers, and we'll do it again tomorrow night.